Mr. Spock, Leonard Nimoy, curiously referred to himself as the USS Enterprise's second officer early in Star Trek, the original series Season 1. Star Trek's signature character, the half-Vulcan Mr. Spock, held the rank of commander and performed the dual roles of science officer and first officer on Captain James T. Kirk's William Shatner Starship Enterprise. However, the Vulcan preferred the distinction of science officer. In Star Trek, the original series Season 1 episode, The Enemy Within, Mr. Spock oddly called himself second officer of the u.s.s. Enterprise. In The Enemy Within, Captain Kirk is accidentally duplicated in a transporter accident. One Kirk is malevolent while the other Kirk retains his compassion, but both versions weaken without the other. Along with Leonard Nimoy inventing Spock's Vulcan nerve pinch to subdue the evil Kirk, The Enemy Within is the only time Spock describes himself as second officer. The Enemy Within was the fourth episode of Star Trek, the original series broadcast on NBC, and at that point, the terminology used by Gene Roddenberry's Sky-Fi show was still a work in progress. Star Trek hadn't yet settled on Starfleet as the command authority of the Starship Enterprise, and the United Federation of Planets was still to be coined by producer Gene L. Coon. Spock calling himself second officer is likely just an early error, perhaps born from the idea that Kirk was first since he was the captain. Since Gene Roddenberry famously came from a military background, Star Trek Starfleet adapted the ranks and terminology similar to the United States Navy. Directly beneath the captain is the first officer, which was Spock's role, as well as science officer, which was invented by Star Trek. Gradually, Star Trek codified Starfleet's in-universe command structure, although the role of second officer did return in Star Trek: The Next Generation.